Manhattan at MetLife Stadium in East Rutherford, New Jersey. Nothing like the fanfare of introductions to an NFL game, and that was in evidence a moment ago. Fireworks, pyrotechnics, you name it. This crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up between the Buffalo Bills and the New York Giants. Two weeks have come and gone. It's off to week 3, and we're underway on EA Sports. Fielded about a yard deep. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get it up to the 29-yard line.
Let's go! At their own 29-yard line.
Set up. 15 line. 15 line.
Watch the boot. Watch the boot.
Lee Griffin.
They'll start off with a give to Lewis. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. Second and right at a yard.
A nice run here early on. It doesn't take a great play caller to realize you want to establish a guy of his caliber with runs like this early because they will pay dividends as the game progresses.
The previous run, good for 9. Here's second and a yard.
Watch the slats. Watch the slats. Look at me. Go, now.
A second down run with Lewis. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. It'll be a loss of 1, and that'll lead here to a third down.
Third and 3.
Ready? Mike 50. Mike 50. He don't know no better. 6'6". Full hit it.
They'll try to run for it. Lewis. And he will have a first down here at about the 40. Only 3 there on the pickup, but that's enough to move the chains. Defense had a chance to get off the field here on the opening drive, couldn't do it.
I know that we go into these meetings with coaches, and sometimes maybe we can get, a little bit numb because they're always going to talk about how important third down is, aren't they? Offense and defense. In this case, one capitalized, and the other, as you said, had a chance to get off the field and didn't get it done.
Come on, set. 10-2 start.
Just me and you. It's just me and you.
Ready?
Here's Jones on 1st and 10. That's complete to Slayton. The completion good for 3, and it's second down. I think defensively you're okay with that. Here in the first quarter, he's going to get some catches, but they rallied to him quickly.
And that's what you count on, and I like what you just said. First quarter, can you do it all game long? They catch it, you tackle them, they go down on the spot. Because when you're able to do that and you don't give up big chunks of yardage after the catch, now you put the offense in a position where every series they have to work hard to pick up first downs, and you tend to stall them out when you do that.
And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. He'll get 15 and a Giants first down.
Well, that play looks familiar because we saw them working on it in practice this week. And for a lineman trying to block on this play, they love when they get the defense moving in one direction. And when they try and change directions, it's a lot easier to pick them up and ward them off.
So 1st and 10 now in Buffalo territory at the 42-yard line. Now Lewis here on first down. And very little there. He might have gotten a yard. Yeah, I think he got a yard to the 41.
But we just saw a great example of what we talked about with his coach prior to the game. He's definitely one of the better linebackers at reading a play and flowing to make the stop before it turns into something big.
Come. Get it.
On 2nd and 9, Jones. That is caught by the former Gator Antonio Callaway. And he's got a first down as a tackle made at the Bills' 22-yard line.
And another thing that makes a comeback route really effective is that oftentimes after you've made the initial move, receivers breaking away from the defensive back, and that makes it a really tough play to defend. A nice chunk of yardage picked up there.
Whip, 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 whip. Watch the whip.
They'll run on first down. Lewis. And he's taken down after a gain of 3 as they move it from the 22 to the 19.
Some of the most unselfish players on any football team, defensive tackles, because we ask them to just eat up blocks and allow other people to make tackles. But when he can make a play himself, as we just saw there, that's a big day.
And he'll get this down only to the 18.
That didn't appear to be a run blitz. He just darted in once he saw the run develop. That appeared to be a case of see ball, get ball.
Play number 9 now on this pretty long opening drive, but this is third down.
Hey, Haywood. 94 is the mark. 94 is the mark. Let's go, defense. Our time. It's our time. 94 is the mark. 94 is the mark. I'm cut.
From the gun, Jones. And that is incomplete.
Chances are good he's going to be a very busy guy. 2 catches already in this opening drive, and they were looking his way for a third.
I think they put this defense on notice that could be a really, really frequent combination. So on fourth down, on comes the Giants kicker, Aldrich Rosas. This one from 35 yards away. And the kick by Rosas is good. And the Giants are off now to a 3-0 lead. Able to move the ball on that drive. Yes, just 3 points, but 4 first downs were in there.
Yeah, and you can look at it and feel pretty good about the whole thing and think, okay, this should continue throughout this ball game. On the flip side, if you're a defender, it's almost like, whew, we only gave up 3. They moved the ball on us pretty well.
After the field goal, here's Rosas to kick it away. This is taken at his 4. And he'll be brought down at the 23, make it the 24-yard line.
Check, 59, 59. Hey, we're pretty quiet, team. We're pretty quiet. Check. 80.
Here's Rashad Penny, first carry for the former San Diego State Aztec. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 3. And after his performance last week, everybody saw it unbelievable. You can expect a heavy dose of him again, I think.
Without a doubt. I mean, why wouldn't you? Because once you establish yourself that way, it's not just him, okay? It's his offensive line, it's the tight end, it's your wide receivers, everyone now sharing in the load and sharing in the belief that they do their job, they'll see another performance just like they saw the week before.
23 yards the pickup there. One thing that's great about watching him run, Charles, he doesn't hesitate. He got to the left side of his O-line and just went.
So there's 2 ways to look at that. One, just absolutely unconcerned, just takes off and goes. But more the latter, I think, which is he has absolute confidence in the guys in front of him, the guys doing the blocking for him. He just takes it and goes with abandon.
He'll buy some time right. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off at the 22. And this return is going to be halted right around the 28-yard line. Well, not a good omen there. His first throw of the afternoon intercepted.
And I know what the fans are thinking right now. I hope there's not negative thoughts in his head going forward since that's his first throw of the game. But one of the things I remember about him coming out of school is he's able to wipe things away pretty easily and move on.
Hey, Sam off.
They start the drive on the ground with Lewis. Give him a couple on the carry there, 2nd and 8.
Well, we saw him there trying to get it to the outside, trying to get to the perimeter, but not a whole lot of room there. But there's got to be one positive to that. If you keep moving laterally, creases tend to develop as the game moves on, and they can run it back inside later.
The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8.
Here we go. 22 jet bomber. 22 jet bomber. Watch the shot.
They run. This is Lewis. And he works his way forward for a couple up past the 30.
Yeah, baby. Yeah.
A 2-yard pickup brings up 3rd and 6. That's the
Ready to roll for the second quarter from MetLife Stadium. The Giants with the football. 3-0 after 1 on EA Sports.
218, chop it. 25, check 25, check 25. Watch the ad. Check 3, check 3, check 3. Slam, slam, slam. Ready to go. Hey, Echo.
Now Jones to throw on 3rd down. He gets it to Brown. Complete. It's a Giant first down on a gain of 16.
I think it all came together there. In-breaking route. Drove it with excellent pace. Money throw right there to move the sticks.
At the 48-yard line.
Let's go. 60 Pittsburgh. Check in. And we got to get to the ball, team. We got to get to the ball. Let's keep moving. Convert. Pilot, 64. Weak. Let's see. Hit it.
On first down, it's Lewis. And he'll take it across midfield and into Buffalo territory. 5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on first down.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable second down. A very solid gain on that play.
After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5.
Let them know. Her team spill. Check. Put up. Ready.
Throwing Jones. This will be caught by Brown. And he's got a first down as the tackle made at the Bills' 29-yard line.
An ex-teammate used to tell me all the time, I hate experienced quarterbacks because no matter what, you really can't hide what you're doing. And I think that right there, he knew right away where the blitz was coming from, where his primary guy was going to be, and he ended up going to a secondary target for a nice game.
I was just going to ask you, that wasn't the primary target. He's so good at that, isn't he?
I think he knew right away that he wasn't going to get to his primary guy. I think he read that as soon as he got to the line of scrimmage, knew where the pressure was going to come from, and said, I know how to beat that. And that's what he did.
First down for the Giants as they pick up 12.
First and 10 at the 17-yard line.
On the set. 61. Matchbox lights. Check. Rock it. Check three. Shoot.
They'll run on first down. Lewis. And he will take it on in for a Giant touchdown. A great play there. His 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Giants are able to add on to their lead. Aldrich Rosas on for the extra point. It's up and good, and that'll increase their lead to 10-zip. Now after the touchdown, here's Rosas on to kick it away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The Bills come to the line to start their next drive. And there are parts of their last drive they'd like to emulate. And, of course, they'd like to forget the ending, the interception. But they did put together, Charles, a nice... And he hit, and the ball is jarred free. And who's got it? The Giants! So the defense there, opportunistic.
It's nice to give them credit, isn't it? Because so many times it's more a matter of what the offensive guy didn't do. He didn't secure the ball, didn't cover up. In this case, let's just give credit to where it belongs. Knocked it free, made a big play.
And this is one of those bang-bang plays, Charles. Did the knee hit first or did the ball come out first?
This is where you need that 20/20 eyesight, don't you, Brandon? You've got to see which one happened first. If the knee hit the ground, then they will keep possession.
The Bills come to the line to start their next drive. And job one here, Charles, just keep possession of the football. 2 drives, 2 turnovers to this point.
You're exactly right, Doctor. Hippocratic oath, first do no harm. And right now they're harming themselves on offense.
I like that. No one is mistaking me for a doctor, though. But thank you, Dr. Davis. A gain of 5, good enough for the first down.
First down, Buffalo.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38.
Hey, here we go. Watch the pass. Watch the pass. Jim. Check safety. Kill. Waiting. Check 99.
The shotgun snap for Darnold. He's going to look deep down the field. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked up by the Michigan man, Jabril Peppers. Oh, he's got a little daylight. And he'll get it all the way down inside the 35-yard line. I tell you what, credit is due there on them preventing the touchdown after that interception.
How about him chasing him down and not giving up the pick 6? Because what happens a lot of the time is when you see the interception, you just kind of hang your head a little bit and you momentarily pause because you're frustrated. He shook that off and gave great chase and got it done.
Still a great return and very good field position.
Safe. 80 weapon. 52. Look, squeeze. Double up. Get it.
On first down, it's Lewis. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. No gain on the play there, 2nd down. This defense could use a few more plays like that right now.
It certainly could, but think about it from an offense's perspective right now. They've got a lead, but they don't want to throttle down too much and stall themselves. Still want to move at a nice pace.
And he's got this down almost to the 20 before he's dropped. First down, Giants on a pickup of 14.
Didn't they tell us in our meetings that they needed to account for him on each and every play?
You think? A guy of his caliber? So how does a guy like him get that wide open?
That usually means there's a entire breakdown on what the coverage was. Everyone thought they were doing something, and they were supposed to be doing something else. But bottom line is, no matter what, you have to know where he is and cover him on every play.
Brings up 2nd and 11 at the 22-yard line.
We've hit the 2-minute mark of the first half. 10-0 our score. And we'll remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll join Jonathan Coachman and the gang in Orlando. Coach will have stats and scores from the early games going on here around the NFL. On 2nd and 11 now. Jones, that's taken in by Callaway. Sets him up nicely. 1st and goal. It was a pickup of 14.
And when you're playing a quarterback with some experience and some moxie, you enter the danger zone when you decide to blitz him, because if he's able to diagnose as he did on that play, he can hurt you downfield.
He reads defenses so well, doesn't he?
He really does, and the best part about that play for him, I don't think that was his primary target.
I don't think so either.
I think he had the read, figured out where the blitz was coming from, and went to a secondary target for a really nice game.
Only a yard that time, 2nd and goal. Be interesting to see now what they do offensively down near the goal line after not much there that time.
As the offensive play caller, that may change your sequence now. Instead of coming right back with a running play, you may have to go to the air.
The line of scrimmage, the 7 now on 2nd and goal. Now Jones. And down he goes. Pressure gets him back at the 14. Jannard Avery just would not be denied. That's a loss of 7. Now the Bills are going to use the first of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 55 seconds to go until halftime. because of the sack, it's 3rd and goal from the 14.
Wide, get wide. Topper. 94 is the mark. 94 is the mark. Hey, orbit. 94 is the mark. 94 is the mark. You ain't doing nothing today. Now.
Jones now. From the gun, he'll throw. And that is caught. He's got it for a giant touchdown. Marquise Brown, his 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Giants are able to add on to their lead.
Touchdown, Giants.
It took them an extra look, but they found out it is a touchdown indeed. The official says this one counts. PAT up and good by Rosas. And that makes our score 17-0. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback.
25-yard line.
The Bills come to the line to start their next drive. And you're under a minute to go in the half, a first half that hasn't been particularly kind to you. How do you think they'll play this?
Well, I think the smart approach is to run out the clock, lick your wounds at the half, and see if you can come up with a strategy to play better in the second. But there's also something to challenging your offense right here. You know, hey, guys, you help dig this hole. See if you can get us out of it a little bit before the half runs out. Let's go make some plays.
Well, they had the run for no gain. Now they'll try again from the 25 on 2nd and 10. Here's Darnold. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Leonard Williams, the former number 6 overall pick, got the sack that time. Now the Bills will use the second of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 14 seconds to go in this first half.
I'm here all day. Young lady. Man, 80. Check 24. Patch it. Check 15. Check 15. Switch.
3rd and long, it's Darnold. Flushed out right. On the run, he'll let this go deep right side. And that's going to wind up incomplete. However, we do have a flag down. Let's check in with our referee. So even though it's first down, here's the field goal unit on now to try to get 3 before halftime. It'll be spotted on the right hash. A 52-yard attempt. And I don't think this has the carry. It does not. It's no good. And this score will stay right where it is.
NFL kickers nowadays, they make things look so easy because normally from this range, about 2 out of 3. And this is not an easy kick.
Yeah, 20 years ago, you get where he was in that 50 range, maybe a little over. And it's a big kick, but now we just, if they leave it short, you're like, whoa, what happened? And that's what we have here.
Yeah, you're right. 20 years ago, we were saying run some more plays and get closer. Now we think they're definitely within range, and you're exactly right. When it comes up short, there has to be something that went wrong because they have plenty of leg.
He's going deep for Brown. And that is incomplete. Showed off the arm strength there, but to no avail. 2nd down. So we reach halftime in what's been a fairly one-sided game so far. As we'll get you down the coast to Orlando for Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach, both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. This is taken at the 3. And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line.
Let's go.
At their own 25-yard line.
The Bills come to the line to start their next drive. And that first half, one to forget really on both sides of the ball. They got to find some way to string something together here, don't they?
Yeah, they're down big right now. So as you mentioned, trying to find something to string together, get some consistency, something.
Under pressure now, Darnold, and he goes down. Leonard Williams able to record his 5th sack of the season.
That's his 2nd sack of the game. And the best defensive ends, they do their homework as much as offensive guys do. They know how to beat the offensive lineman across from them, what moves they need to do to set them up. This guy's been pretty good at it all game long.
And the job becomes twice as difficult now. After the sack, it's 2nd and 20.
Hey, team 6. Team 6.
To throw is Darnold. He's going to launch this thing way downfield. And that's going to be incomplete. A lot of contact, no call, and it's 3rd down.
This defense is continuing to contest every deep ball that is thrown downfield. And look, it doesn't matter whether you're playing man or zone. Eventually, that becomes man on man, and you've got to trust yourself and go up at that moment of truth and make a play on the football.
From the gun on 3rd down, here's Darnold. And it's going to be incomplete. He was able to catch it there on the right sideline, but out of bounds, says the line judge. And it's going to bring up 4th down. The Bills send the punter out as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. He steps into this one, and this is a rocket. Taking it about the 16. A great return there of 22 yards. And it'll be Giant football, 1st and 10. The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. They have the lead here. Well, we talk a lot about pregame speeches. What are halftime speeches like?
For the most part, not nearly as emotional. They're a lot more clinical. Every now and then, though, they'll get after you if they think they need to light a fire. But in this case, let's go into the virtual locker room, because here's what I think happened. They got in there and they said, listen, let's take control right away. Defense, we got the lead. Defense, don't give up any points. Turn the ball back over to the offense and let them go down and score and give us more of a cushion in the game. Check so far. Defense shut them down. Let's see if the offense gets done.
Now they'll run with Lewis. And this will be stopped at the 44. That one good for 7 yards.
Well, no matter how they phrase it, staying on schedule, staying ahead of the sticks, whatever you want to call it, 7 yards on 1st down, that fits the bill.
So they'll come up after the gain of 7 on a 2nd and 3. 2nd and 3. That's caught by his tight end, Evan Ingram. And he's got a 1st down as a tackle made at the Bills' 26.
Partner, it's a lot of fun watching the NFL now, isn't it? Because when the big fella runs routes, it used to be when we were kids, he'd run about 3 different routes, and that was it. Now he can run anything and catch the balls we just saw there.
Going for it all. And he's got it. Touchdown, Giants. Hollywood Marquise Brown. His 2nd touchdown of the afternoon. And the Giants are able to add on to their lead. Rosas good with the extra point. And the lead is now 24. Now after the touchdown, here's Rosas on to kick it away. This will be fielded at the 6. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here at the 30-yard line.
At their own 30-yard line.
The Bills come to the line to start their next drive. These guys had to punt last time. It has not been a very fruitful game offensively thus far. They haven't even made a trip to the red zone.
And I know that everyone's going crazy on that sideline because that drives you berserk to come up.
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Leonard Williams in there to get him, and that is sack number 6 now for him on the year. Another try after the first down sack. Darnold, and his throw's going to be incomplete. Jennings was the one he was looking for, and that takes us from second to third down. And Charles, got to like what this defense has been able to do these last couple of plays.
Yeah, they get the sack on first down, then they force the incomplete pass. Now they're just a play away from getting the football right back, but it's a big play. They've got to hold up.
Now it's Darnold. Looking for his running back, and he's got him. It's a 15-yard pickup, but it'll lead to a fourth down.
I don't know how many times, not just in my playing career, but you and I working together, have we ever heard a coach say, you know, I just don't have that play on my call sheet. And that's really what we had here. That was a big hole they were trying to get out of.
Yeah, big gain, still a ways to go, though. And problems spreading to the punt team now. This one goes all the way into the end zone on the fly, so that'll come back to the 20. The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
10 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be second down.
Now, that was an excellent run. And when you see that happen, that's when you're seeing guys doing their job, and then some people doing a little bit more. Offensive linemen and tight ends, they're expected to block. But the wide receivers, all they want to do is catch passes. So when they block on a big-time running play and create extra space, you've got to hit the jackpot there.
That one covers 29 yards. First down.
First and 10 at the 42-yard line.
So first and 10 now in Buffalo territory at the 42-yard line. Jones off the play fake. He'll complete this to Ingram as tight end. It's a giant first down on a gain of 16.
And after that completion, you can understand why so many teams in the league are emphasizing speed on defense at every position. The tight ends have created so many tough matchups now. If you can't run with a tight end as a linebacker, this is going to be the result every time.
Jones now, pretty amazing. 14 of 16 throwing the ball. It's first and 10. Catch made by Slayton. And they'll work it inside the 15-yard line before it's all said and done. 13 yards, good for a giant first down.
Fired that one in there, able to make connection on a nice in route.
With those faster passes when they're going that fast, any hesitation as a quarterback that the deflection, if you miss, might be bigger and lead to an interception?
Yeah, and the deflection works both ways. Maybe a defender gets a hand in the way and it pops in the air. And sometimes you throw it so hard your receiver can't handle it, and he pops it up in the air for the defenders to grab as well.
But a moot point there as they were able to connect. And forget about finding a lane. He barely had time to look up before he was planted in the backfield.
It's real easy to say this running game needs to be better, but the reality is they've been given little time to actually find a place to run the football. It's almost like the defense is there on the handoff.
That loss of 3, a rare stumble on a promising drive. Here's second and 13. Operating from the gun, Jones. He'll get this one into the hands of Lewis. And he will force his way forward for a yard or two, but I have a good feeling this will be coming back. That's on Kevin Zeitler, acquired in the Odell Beckham trade. They'll come up now on a 2nd and long after the hold.
I got you. Switch. Watch twist.
This is Lewis. And the big boys up front, they're going to stop him right at the line. No gain on the play this time, and it'll be a 3rd and long situation coming up. And this should be the final play before the quarter ends.
Check. Ready.
Here's Jones. Off play action. This is Coleman with a grab. And he'll be brought down on what's going to turn out to be the final play of this 3rd quarter. Back now here at MetLife Stadium. A lot of happy faces in the crowd at this point as their guys have a big lead here to start quarter number 4. So it's 3 more points, and that widens this thing out even further here in the 4th.
And you know in this league, you can never have enough points, but this widens it out, as you said, and now it's all about ball control, isn't it?
And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Bills come to the line to start their next drive. And let's face it, this drive is not going to have any bearing on this game, but it's kind of important for one reason, isn't it?
It certainly is. You got to get points. And, okay, all right, I'm being facetious here. But you get points, you feel a little bit better about yourself as you move on to the next one.
Throwing to start the drive, but that one incomplete. Just nothing there again. He's been sacked multiple times. We've seen the interceptions, of course. He's really been through the ringer, hasn't he?
And what we've seen is a defense is well coordinated. The front and the back really in sync. The front putting on the pressure, the backside being ball hawks and picking passes off.
Now a quick throw as that's complete on the hitch route. 19 yards the pick up there. Move the chains.
Good throw, good catch, but I really like the route. The drag and being able to run away from defenders. Hard to stick with them for that long.
Yeah, better against man than zone, or
better against man, because now you're running away from someone and you're not running into a defensive player in another zone.
Mike, 58, right there. Blue Dan.
On first down, it's Darnold. And that'll wind up incomplete. Try to give his man room to run under it, but it's 2nd down. Another wayward pass. You know, things started out poorly in this game, and to be frank, they just really haven't gotten much better.
And all that does is embolden the secondary. They feel good about what's going on, and they just play better and better.
2nd down and 10, Darnold. And his throw's going to be incomplete. He was trying to get it to Rashad Penny, but now it'll be 3rd down.
I think this one offensively, this is one where you just say, let's move on. Let's not even watch the game tapes from this one.
Yeah, you might just want to throw it in the trash, act like it was never there in the first place.
Yeah, just say we're good. I actually have heard of a coach in the past who took his team out to the practice field and ceremonially buried the game films from the prior game when they got clobbered. That was his way of putting it behind them.
Now a pass hauled in downfield. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. On 3rd and 10, they go flying past the marker and get nearly 40 yards. So the big play means just like that, they'll operate from the red zone now on first down.
Here we go.
From the gun, a give to Penny. And he'll get this one down to about the 17. Give him 3 on first down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7. The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7. Now Darnold. And he's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. Picked off inside the 10. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
Partner's bad enough when you just can't hold on to the football. But when your quarterback's throwing it to the other team, that's 3 interceptions now, 4 turnovers for the game. You really have no chance to win the football game.
The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. With this lead and the football, things obviously looking good, but maybe, you've taught me this before, maybe this is where the defense is hoping that the offense helps them preserve that shutout that they've got going.
And it has to be in the minds of the offense that they know how rare it is to get a shutout. So take care of them, protect them, take care of the ball, move it downfield, run the clock down. You don't want your defense to have to go on the field again the rest of the game. Reward them.
At the 11-yard line.
After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11. From the gun, Jones finds his tight end Ingram. 8 yards on the completion, but now they face 3rd down.
They gave up the completion there, but this is what zone defenses count on. Catching the ball and not much run after the catch.
The Giants on 3rd down. They've converted 3 out of 5 thus far. Here it's 3rd and 3.
Lucky. Check 9. Watch safety creep. Watch safety creeping. Safety's creeping. Check. Go. Get it.
Now Jones, operating from the gun, eluding the pressure right. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 38.
I think that interception happened for 2 reasons. Quarterback gets outside the pocket and panics a little bit, and receiver doesn't make sure he's absolutely in an open spot. So there's a guy lurking, took the ball from him.
Yeah, so don't wave your arms, right, as a receiver if you're not wide open?
Got to know that you're open. Otherwise, just don't do it.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. They'll try the right side here with Penny. Oh, good move. And he works it past the 30, almost to the 25. 11 yards and a Buffalo 1st down.
Well, partner, I know this type of running back. I mean, this size, this intensity usually gets better as the game goes on. I can just tell you from experience, the first few quarters, you're eager. You come running up there, I'm going to tackle this guy. By the 4th quarter, you're coming up and thinking about it.
And D-line wearing down 4th quarter. Yeah, that's not a guy they want to see consistently. 23 yards, the final tally.
Nice game there, partner, but you and I both know that won't do anything for the final score. They're not going to win this one. Right now, they're playing for pride and fantasy points.
And just to erase that goose egg, nobody wants to be shut out. They'll try and run forward with Penny. And he will push his way forward down to about the 3-yard line. Only a yard on the pickup there. 2nd and goal. 2nd and goal, and Penny standing by himself in the backfield.
At the 3-yard line.
He's checking. Crash.
He's going to get it running right. Slipped 1 tackle, but no more as he's knocked to the deck behind the line of scrimmage. That backs him up 1 yard and brings up 3rd down. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So it's Bills football here as we get you reset. They've got it 3rd and goal now as they try to punch in a late touchdown. Here's Penny. And he fights his way into the end zone for a Bills touchdown. Rashad Penny, his 6th touchdown of the season. And the Bills cut into that lead. Extra point right down the middle. And that will shave 1 more off this lead.
Bills 7.
Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. This is taken at his 4. And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line.
Let's go.
The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. And a few kneel downs should just about do it. Now, defensively, they do have all 3 timeouts, but very little reason to use them at this point. A nice run on first down gets him 6 yards to the 31. He'll get a nice chunk there on the first down run, and it's 2nd and 4.
Brings up 2nd and 4 at the 31-yard line.
The last run got 6. Now 2nd and 4. They try again with Lewis. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll leave them with a 3rd and 3.
That's it. That's what you want. Straight ahead, positive gain. Just keep that clock ticking.
Brings up 3rd and 3.
Set. 60 yards. Got double tight. Double tight. 3 down. 3 down. General West. Watch out. Watch out. Watch out. Watch out.
On 3rd and short, they'll try and pick it up through the air. He's got an open man. He completes it to Callaway. And he goes out right around the 39. It's a gain of 8, and it'll wind up moving the chains.
First down. 1st and 10 at the 39-yard line.
Set. 30 base. Hard. Hard. Alert 3.
And to give this time to the tailback. And his first carry, he loses the football. Now this is picked up by the Bills. And his guys are going to take over at the 39-yard line. Well, he's not the starter coming in, getting his first carry off the bench. That's not the way to earn more carries.
You have to stay in the game, even if you're not on the field, right? Stay mentally sharp, stay ready. And above all, when you get into the game, hold on to the football. Don't let the other team have it.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10.
58 to Mike. 58 to Mike.
So following the fumble recovery, here's Darnold. Quick hitter here, it's complete. Now the Bills are going to use the first of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 34 seconds to go in the game. So 2nd and 8 here after the pass play for 2 yards on first down.
All day. Mike's 59. Mike's 59. Hey, watch this.
Here's Darnold. Oh, he's able to outmuscle him here as he pulls it in. That one good for 26 and a first down. And at this stage, down in the second half, looks like they just wanted to find a way to get it in the hands of their playmaker, and they did.
I think you're exactly right. I don't think the coordinator's looking at his play sheet and trying to figure out which play will work well. He's trying to figure out how to get the ball to the playmaker that you just described. Looking down at that sheet, you find people plays, not necessarily X's and O's, and that's exactly what they did there.
So a victory here for the men in blue, the New York Giants. And it was their defense that really paved the way to this victory as they allowed the 1 touchdown, and that was all she wrote.
Almost want to do the defense chant right now, right? Defense with a couple of claps in there, but no one wants to hear that from me. Let's just talk about how they got it done, though. When you take care